And my wife is not gonna let me like go home if I don't ask this question because she can't ask it. You can answer it after this. She just wanted to know why women are not allowed to preach in the church, and if a woman feels that she has the gift of preaching, why isn't she allowed to preach? Thanks.
All right. First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12. I do not permit a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain quiet. So, because the Bible says so. And that's it. The other thing is, well, what if a person feels like they have gifts to do that? No one gets to do everything they feel like they're gifted at. No one does. What if a man who has several wives feels like he's gifted to be a pastor? The Bible says he must be the husband of one wife, right? So just because you feel like you're gifted to do something, that doesn't give you the right to overthrow biblical qualifications. The office of the elder. Paul says, you know, when he's talking about the elder, he must be the husband of one wife. He's talking about man, okay? That office is exclusively for men. That's the office of the pastor teacher. So if the office is exclusively for men, and the Bible is very clear that women are not to teach or exercise authority over men, there's absolutely no room for women to be in that office or to exercise that authority in the church.
So really quickly, I want to touch on masculinity and what it means to be a leader in your own household, okay? So here we have a young man who's obviously a husband to a wife. His question is, oh, Voddie, I have to ask this question because my wife's not going to let me come home if I don't ask this question. Why aren't women allowed to preach? Now, number one, okay, I know that his wife already knows the answer to this question. Her question wasn't, can women preach? It was, why can't women preach? And so really what she's doing is she's seeking out an answer that's going to gratify her own desires. She wants women to be able to preach. So she's going to look out for or seek out someone who can give her the right answer. If it's not Voddie, it'll be somebody else. But really, she's trying to suppress the truth. She doesn't want it. But here's the bigger problem, okay? If your wife believes something that is unbiblical, that's not scriptural, that's not in line with God's will, okay? For example, the office of the pastor, okay, which is an office that's reserved for men. If your wife comes to you with a question, well, why can't women preach? Don't run to another man to get an answer for that. You are the head of your household. Go into the scriptures with your wife and explain to her biblically why women cannot preach. The problem is cowardice. I see so much of this feminine, weak beta masculinity. It's sickening to me. We've got feminine men and masculine women. Okay. Because here's my question. And I'm just using him as an example. Okay. I'm not really trying to just put this all on him, the guy that asked the question. I'm just talking about men that tend to be afraid of their wives. Okay. They stumble over the words, that they're quiet. They kind of let their wife kind of just railroad them. Okay. And I've seen this, and it's pitiful. It's just pitiful. Okay. Because if you can't lead your wife in something simple, like exposing the truth of why women can't preach, what else are you falling short in regards to your leadership in that household? Because that's our job as husbands, okay, to lead our family in devotions, to herald the truth to our family, and to correct our wives when they're wrong, and to also be able to take correction ourselves, because we're not perfect. We're not always right, okay? But there needs to be a sense of, I'm the head of my household, okay? I'm going to lead my family. We are going to follow Christ in this household, and I'm going to be the head of that. Okay. And so don't be that man that goes to another man to ask a question, which you should already know and should be able to tell your wife exactly why, what she thinks is wrong. Okay. Don't be that guy. Be a man.